Okay, so in the last session, we have seen that how to draw the front view and top view using projection method. Now in the next part, that here we are going to learn how to draw the side view. So at the end of this session, you can able to solve this problem using AutoCAD, using orthographic theory. Okay, so or even though if it is AutoCAD is not available, you can draw on your notebook. Okay, now while drawing the side view, first you have to take the projection of the center line. Okay, so take the projection of a center line by using this 09 color. So sometimes what happen if it is not clearly marked the point on this 45-degree line, so you can just extend here like this and then cut it and then go like this. Okay, and after the end of this drawing, you can trim this all the lines. Okay, so this is what for center line. Then if you observe this, that I will prepare the projection for this inner circle here. So sometimes what happen that projections are not proper, so you have to extend it properly. Here it is proper, no issue. Now while drawing the side view, if you observe in the side view, this side, so you will get the rectangle for this cylinder. So outer rectangle, so it is full cylinder 40 by 50. So you can prepare here a full cylinder. Okay, now the next part is that here one step is there, 12 mm, then 16 mm, and then 12 mm. So you can take the projection from the front view here. For the front view projection, you can just extend this like this. Also for this hole, if you see this inner hole, that is having 18 mm depth and it is hidden. So that's why we have to take the projection from this corner. So you can draw like this. Okay, so hidden depth 18 mm, and then you can take the black color and prepare that 18 mm depth here. So not required to measure the dimensions for the side view. If you prepare two views properly, it is not necessary to always look it into the figure for the dimension. You can take the projection and you can prepare the next drawing. Getting? So this should have hidden line format. Okay, now next part, this one. So here it is a 12 mm block. So how to take this one 12 mm? You can take the projection from this to this to this. Likewise, you can do, or you can measure the dimensions, whatever you feel better. So projections are must there. Projections should required to show there. Otherwise, it's difficult to. So 12 mm, this part, this is 12 mm. It is showing here into the top view. So directly you can take this 12 mm. Sometimes it is getting like this, so that's why properly join it. Okay. Then this part. Okay. Now this one. So properly take the projections. And this one. Okay. So this is 12 mm, this line and this line. So properly you have to find out the correct projection and then you have to prepare the block. So if you see this block is visible here. Now this is also clearly visible. And this 16 mm, though it is inside, it is not possible to view from the side, that is whether it is inside or outside. It is visible in the top view, that is here it is inside. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to connect it. So automatically this 16 mm block will be prepared. So one block, second block, and third block, 1, 2, and 3. So these are clearly visible here. Getting? After that, draw the center line over there. Take the blue color and draw the center line and give the format as a center line. Okay. Next part, I think in the side view, everything we have covered. So the dimension part is remaining here. So while drawing the dimensions, before that you have to check the hidden lines are completely drawn. Then all the visible parts are completely drawn. So whatever the drawing is required to draw, it is completed. If you have any remaining, if you know if anything is remaining, you can free to discuss. So in the front view, we have covered everything. In the top view also, we have covered everything. In the side view also, 1, 2, 3, and then this block. Okay, so the drawing is completed. Now the next part is the dimensioning. So while giving the dimensions, you have to draw dimension first, maximum height. You can show the maximum height in the side view, maybe. So before giving the dimensions, the color should be black here. Always do remember black color. Then take this one and give the maximum length. You can give the maximum length here. This is 100. Then maximum width also you can mention in the this part width, or what you can do, you can give the width in the here also, in the side view also. So not required to give height now in the front view. Why? Because it is given 40 mm and this is a projection. So you can easily find out that the height is here also 40 mm. Okay, so width is here also 50 mm. So that's why we are using the projection method. Okay, now next part, here small dimension you can give this part, and always do remember the while giving the dimension should not be overlapped on the diagram. It should be outside of this boundary. Whatever the blocks we have first prepared, that blocks, whatever the blocks with the 09 color, that block, are you visible na? So that block, that this dimension should be outside of that block. Okay, you can use this 10 mm space for giving the dimension. It's okay, no problem. But do not give the dimension like this. If I give the dimension like this is a wrong method. Getting? So it should be outside. Also, the modify the primary units, the precision should be 0 here. Okay, so it would be closely fit properly. Then diameter of the circle. So diameter of the circle and radius. So diameter you can give it here. Should be also outside of the this one. Outside of the block. Here you can give the radius. For one circle, try to give the radius. For one circle, try to give the diameter. I will remove this 100 from here and I will give the length in upward side, because dimensioning overlapping also not allowed. Okay, then other dimension you can give it here, this one. So if you give 12 here, automatically it is clear that here it is 12, because these are the symmetric. Okay, so and 40 minus 12, 24 means 16. Automatically you are not required to give this slot dimension. So main dimensions you have to highlight here. Other dimensions you can skip, no issue. Okay, so almost it is covered. So you can write here all the dimensions: front view, top view, side view, using DT command. Start point is here, then 4 0. So here you can write it is a left hand side view. Then here it is front view, here it is top view. Okay, then here you can write all dimensions are in mm. Okay, so likewise you can write. And also scale scale is equal to 1:1. So why it is scale 1:1 means whatever the dimension you are seeing on the figure, the same dimension, with the same dimension we are drawing. Sometimes what happen, the length is around 1000. If it is the length is 1000, then it is difficult to fit on the paper. Getting? Because we have a A4 size paper 297 by this 210, so it is difficult to fit. So 1000 length means it's too big, so we have to reduce the scale. So what we can define, the scale is equal to, let us take a 1:10, 1:5. So 1:5 scale means we have to reduce the scale. So sometimes you have to do it like this. Getting? So scale is 1:1 here, or sometimes you can half dimension are required. So how to find out whether we have to use the scale 1:1 or 1:2? Suppose total length of the block for the page is 297, and this part, this vertical height is 210, right? So what we can do at the initially, you can add 100 length and width. It's 150, 100 plus 50, 150. If it is exceeding, and let us take this is a 20, so 170 is there, 10 here, 10 here, 170 is there, and total length of the paper is a 297. Suppose if it is crosses your total dimension 270 or more than that, 260 or more than that, 260 also possible to fit on the paper, but length plus width, if it is exceeding 270, then it's difficult to fit on the paper. So that time we have to reduce the scale. Similarly, what we can do, also we can adjust sometime this x-axis, y-axis also. If the length is, let us take a 200, so it is difficult to take at the middle, so you can change this y-axis up to here. This is also okay. Or if the height plus width exceeding 180, or maybe let us take a 170, okay, that 182, because it is a 210, right? So 180 is, it's okay. So if it is exceeding 180, then also we require to go for the half scale. So in the half scale, all the dimensions of the figure is required to take a half, and while giving the dimension scale, you can manage the scale factor as a 2. So all the dimension you can see double. Instead of 100, you can put the if I change the scale factor, look at here, now it's 100. Okay, so if I change the scale factor from here, modify, and then primary units, if I put here 2, then all the dimensions will be double, 24, 24, 200. So this is the scale is 1:2, 1:2, scale is 1:2. Getting? So this is how it is required to prepare. So it is completed now. So you can practice